process. Okay, to work on that SQL server, first we need to download SQL server and we need to install it. Then after, so this is what backend system. SQL server is the backend system. Okay, so backend system means, so to store the data in that servers, it will work backend. To interact with the server, we need to have this one, guys, SSMS. Okay, SQL Server Management Studio. To interact with that SQL server, we need to download it also and we need to install it also, right? So SSMS window, SQL Server Management Studio window. Okay, to work this SSMS window, we need to have a server type, server name. Okay, so here guys, one by one. Here, so server types. So while we installing it, we are going to have database engine, right? Under the database engine, we are giving the server name, SQL server name. Okay, right. Then after server name, that is clear. So we need to have authentication modes, usernames, passwords. Okay, so what authentication modes we are using them, guys? Both we are going to use. Both means Windows authentication and server name and password. That means username and password. Okay, so that is why which authentication mode will be better? Both means what? Windows authentication mode and username and password. Both we are going to opt while installing it, right? While installing the SSMS window, we are using this, guys. Authentication method is both. Do you remember this? While installing that, I opted this option, both. Okay, both means what? Second one is this one, username and password. First one is what, guys? Windows authentication. Windows means with Windows authentication means for this Windows, for your system, with what passwords you are logging in, I can give them, I can use that same, or else if I want to give separate ones, I can give separate ones. Am I clear, guys, here?
Yes, sir.
Right. Yes, sir. Then after, so database engine, that is clear, SQL server. Then after, there are some other topics, guys. So this will come under MSBI. Okay, so MSBI means, what is that, guys? Microsoft Business Intelligence. Microsoft Business Intelligence tool that includes these topics, guys. What are those? SSIS, SSAS, SSRS. Okay, SQL Server Integrated Services, SQL Server Analysis Services, SQL Server Reporting Services. This will come under, okay, so SSIS also. So this will come under what, guys? MSBI tool. It is very, it is more complex, guys, to learn. To learn about this MSBI, simply it will take 3 to 4 months time to understand about in depth that MSBI tool. Okay, for your understanding. So based upon that SQL server, we are going to have these many softwares, guys. Okay, to interact with SQL server, okay, already you are aware of that, right? We need to have what? SSMS software, SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, then after, to connect with SSIS, SSAS, SSRS, we need to have BIDS. Okay, Business Intelligence Development Studio. SSRS, no. powerbi is separated. SSRS, this will come under MSBI. As reporting. Okay, so SSIS, this is an integrated service. So this is completely coming to that point. This is completely based upon how to load the data into SQL servers. It is going to take care of that thing. And for analysis purpose, how we are going to clean the data in the SQL servers, that we are going to do with this SSIS. And reporting, SSRS means this is reporting tool, but it is not related to Power BI. It is also a reporting tool, SSRS. Okay, but it is not part of Power BI. Those are separate. Like we have many reporting tools in the market, right? like Tableau, ClickView, PowerView. In the same way, okay. So what are these? Tableau, ClickView, Power BI. These are the separate reporting tools, right? In the same way, SSRS is also one reporting tool. Okay, so it is going to deal with, to work on this, first we need to work on this data integration part. Okay, like SSIS, you can consider it as Power Query in Power BI. Okay, so SSIS, you can consider it as what? Power Pivot in Power BI. What is our Power Pivot? Load the data, to clean the data, that part will take. It is for SSRS is what? It is just like Power View. Okay, to create the visuals, reports, it is going to be used. Am I clear, guys, here, all of you? You no need to bother about them. We are not going to learn, because of it is just like a very big course. Okay, so with SQL, what are the options we are going to have? Just for your understanding, I am introducing these parts with you. Okay, right? Then after, so right, guys, right. So let me close this quickly. Right. So server name, there are two types of servers. Okay, local server and global server. Okay, when coming to this local server, both the system and SQL server are at one place. Okay, both the system and SQL server are one place. But whereas coming to global server, system is at one place and server is at another place. That means what? You can consider it as cloud-based server, guys. Okay, so server will be at one place and system will be at one place. Okay, system is my system. Okay, server will be where? In cloud. Okay, so what server we are going to use? Local servers we are going to use. These are also called as on-premise servers. These are cloud-based servers. Global servers are nothing but cloud-based servers. Am I clear, guys? So authentication modes, already we discussed about them, right? Okay, there are two types of authentication. What are those? Windows authentication mode and then SQL Server authentication mode. SQL Server authentication mode, what we need to have? Username and password. Okay, Windows authentication mode means default mode. Under that we have mixed mode also. Okay, so Windows authentication mode means simply like that, guys. So for our Windows, how we are interacting with? Okay, we are going to have username and password, right? If you want to give separate username and password, we have to go with this one, guys. Okay, right. So 2019 SQL Server, it is working for which Windows, guys? 2009 Windows 10. Okay, it is in Windows 10, and so these are like just like better options, guys. So to work on SQL servers in a faster way, okay, for 2019 server, what we need to have? We need to have Windows 10 and Windows 10 onwards, and our system RAM, internal RAM should be 6 GB or more than that, and processor will be i3, guys. This is the minimum configuration to work on this SQL Server 2019, so that the system performance will be faster. If we have the advanced versions, advanced features in our laptop, it is going to be faster performance, guys. If you work for this 2016 SQL Server, these are the minimum system requirement, guys. What are those? Windows 8, RAM is 6 GB, i3 processor. Okay, the only option is the Windows. It will work for Windows 8 onwards also. What about Power BI? For Power BI, it will work for what system configuration? It will work for Windows 8 and 8 onwards. Okay, internal RAM, same, guys. The minimum, if minimum is 4 GB, okay, it works faster when it has 8 GB RAM. Okay, when it has 8 GB RAM, the system has 8 GB RAM, internal random access memory, then it will be performance, the powerbi performance will be faster, guys. So processor should be i5, guys. Okay, if the processor, this is the minimum requirement for powerbi. If the system having 8 GB RAM and i5 processor, then the Power BI software work will be faster when compared with the other computers. Am I clear, guys, here? Okay, so guys, it will store, guys, that may be either 0 or 1 or null, guys. If I given the data type as bit, okay, so for bit data type, what are the values executable, what are the values it is going to take? Minimum one value, guys, that may be either 0 or 1 or no value. No value means null. Okay, right. So if I give the integer or big integer, small integer and tiny integer, so this data type, this will store what, guys? Integer related data. Okay, so here I have, guys, tiny integer, small integer, integer, big integer. Okay, these all are going to be store what? Numeric data, right? Integer data. Integer, if I give the data type as tiny integer, okay, so the values are from where to where? It can take values from, we are able to give the values from 0 to 225. If I give the small integer as data type, okay, if I give the small integer as data type, so which values I can enter into that column? Minus 32768 to 32767. Okay, if I give the data type as integer, so how many values I can give there? Okay, so whole numbers, guys, those are from these values in between. This is the range. In this range I can pass the values into that column. Okay, so how much storage it is going to take means 4 bytes storage it is going to be take. This is a storage type, guys. So if I give data type as big integer, okay, so big integer means I can pass more values. Okay, so like this, guys, right? So actually this is the lower limit and then it is the upper limit, guys. This is the lower limit value, this is the upper limit value. So what is the storage type here? It is going to occupy 8 bytes of the storage. Okay, it is going to take 8 bytes memory to store those values. Is it clear, guys? Okay, you don't need to remember all these things because of it is not completely relevant to us. Okay, there will be system admins, whoever is going to take care of that SQL server backend. So those will be aware of all these things, guys. For your understanding, I am going to explain all these things. But generally, while we are giving the data types to numeric data type, we are going to be use either integer or big integer. These two values we are going to be used, guys. Okay, right. Then after, if you want to give more values, you can give also. For your understanding, for your information, I have given. I can give the decimal integer also. So decimal data type also. Under decimal data type, I need to pass p comma s. Here p means what? So pixel precision and scale numbers. So what is p? Here, guys. Right. So here p must be a value. What is the purpose of that p? S parameter indicates. Sorry. Okay. Right, to avoid confusion. Okay, this is the range, guys, here. Okay, under decimal, if I give the data type as decimal, we can pass the values in between this one, guys. Minus 10 power 38 plus 1 to 10 power 38 minus 1. Like for minus value, okay, it is 68. For 68, it is 67 minus 1. Okay, so this is the range. on that range, if I give this decimal within the square brackets, sorry, within the open brackets, I need to pass p value and s value. What are those p value and s value? So p must be a value from 1 to 38. Okay, default one is 18, and so what is that? We'll discuss, guys. The s parameter indicates the maximum number of digits stored to right of the decimal point. Okay, so that means, so your decimal value I am going to take, right? For that decimal value, so here p indicates before decimal integer part. If I have 12.5, so 12.5 means this is the p value and this is the s value, guys. Integer part, p indicates integer part and s indicates after decimal how many digits I need to pass. Is it clear, guys? In the similar way, I can pass numeric also, guys. Okay, then after here small money and money. Okay, if any money related data, so in a column, for example, sales amount I want to see. Okay, so then after profit amount I want to see. If there is any money related data, okay, I have to give small money data type or money data type. If it is a small money data type, the storage capacity is 4 bytes. Money data type 8 bytes, like integer and big integer, guys. Integer, big integer. Okay, right. So if I give small money, okay, I can enter the values from where to where. This is the range, guys. Okay, if it is a money, then I can enter bigger values, bigger amounts. Okay, so that is about numeric data types. So remember, most of the times under numeric column, okay, so we are going to use these, guys. Okay, here minimum size is 0 and maximum size, how many characters I can pass. If I give char data type 8000 characters I can pass into that. Okay, based upon the n value. Here n, if I provide what is the n value, n is 10, means 10 characters, 10 letters I can pass into that text column. Instead of, in place of n, if I give 20 here, okay, that means I can pass maximum 20 characters. So like that, how many maximum characters I can pass into that column? 8000 characters for both character and varchar variables. Okay, so those are the data types. So like this we have. So just have a look on them, guys. Okay, right. So then after, so the next last data type is date and time data types. Okay, so for date and time data types, okay, this will be used to store date and time related data. Okay, so to add any date and time related data, okay, so what is the data type I have to give? Date time. Okay, most of the times we are going to use date time, or else we are going to use this date or time. If it is only related to date, I have to use date. Okay, so date data type, it is going to store the only date related values. Those are from January 1, 2001 to December 31st, 1999. If I give date data type, I can pass the dates from January 1 first, means year 1, to December 31st, 9999 date. So between these two dates, I can pass any date value, guys. Okay, time, it stores only time, accuracy of 100 nanoseconds, guys. Okay, so most of the times, if I want to provide any date related information into the table, I need to use either date or time, or both I can pass also. Okay, if I pass date and time, okay, so these are the values, guys. January 1st, 1752 through to December 31st, 1999 with accuracy of 3.3 milliseconds. Okay, so any time related data I want to pass, then I have to provide. So if I want to pass combination of date and time, then I have to give this data type, date time data type. Okay, while we are loading the columns into the table, at the time we are going to discuss about them, guys. right? So this is the storage type. So then after having the idea about this data types, here also we have 3 data types: numeric data type, string data type, and then date and time data type. Okay, under each type we have multiple subcategories, guys. Okay, thereafter we are going to discuss about SQL statements. So for that, let me open my SQL server. Right. So it is connected to database engine. Right, guys. So if I go to the databases, I have these many databases in my SQL server. Okay, so here, for example, I am going to create a database. Okay, so what is this one, guys? Write a query. So for that, a query to create a database. Okay, so for that, so what is the command we have to use, guys? Create, right? So create. So before any text, if I have given 2 icons, means that is not going to be considered. Okay, so for that, what is the command I need to pass here? Create database. Create database. For example, I am creating a database. That database name is, so let me check, guys, here. Okay, so employee department, employee. Okay, I am creating a employees database. Under that employees database, I am going to store employee related information. Okay, so this is the command I need to write, right? Just select that one, execute that query. Okay, command completed successfully. That means here employees, where is that employees that got added? That database is added into this server, guys. Okay, to work on this database, what is the command I need to use, guys, here? Right. To use the created, just a second. To use the created database. Okay, what is the command I need to write here? So it is showing what? Master. Master means under this server, it is going to be consider each and every, means entire database engine, guys. Okay, if I am on master, I can't pull the data from specific database. On which database I want to work on? Okay, so I need to use a command, that is use command. Okay, use, what is the database name? Employees. Okay, right, just select that one. If I run this command, this master is going to be disappeared. In this place, employees database is going to be land. Is it clear, guys? Online, guys? Just let me run this one, guys. Right, here I got employees. Instead of master, I got employees. That means on that database now I can work on that, guys. Okay, right. So I'm going to create a table under that database. So I'm going to create a table, right? So to create a table, write a query to create a table. Okay, to create a table this time. For that, for example, I am going to create a table. The table name is employee table. Okay, so for that, create table. Okay, so I need to pass what? Table name employee. Under that employee, okay, I need to pass some columns, right? Okay, so I need to pass column names along with data type. For example, employee ID, EID. Okay, so generally employee IDs are what? Numeric values, right? So for numeric, what are the data types we have? Integer, big integer, like that I have, right? So let me take integer. Okay, if I give integer, how many values I can pass into that? 0 to 255 or like that. Okay, so here guys, column name is mandatory. For that column name, data type is also mandatory. Then only this table is going to be created in this database, employees database. Okay, then after, what is my second column name? Employee name. Okay, I'm going to give this employee name, guys. Okay, so employee name, generally employee name is what? Textual value, right? So I can give character. The data type is char. Okay, so within that char, how many letters? Generally I want to have 10 letters maximum. Okay, name size maximum, name size is 10, comma. Then after, third one, what is the third one? Employee name after employee salary. So let us take, okay, salary is salary or salary. Okay, let me take it as is salary, employee salary. So salary is also what? So integer salary, I can consider it as money also, right? Let me take money also. Okay, then after comma. Okay, so department ID. Okay, are these fine? If I want to pass some other, I can pass, guys. If I want to take some other values, so for example, department number. Okay, so here it is a integer, right? Comma, department number 1 2 3 4 5, like that. Then after, so job is what? Textual value, right? So I can take varchar or else character also. Okay, so let me take it as maximum size is let me take it as 8, or let me take 15. Up to you guys. So for example, name is bigger than job, so let me take it as 15, right? Okay guys, so what is this? This is the table. Into this table, I'm going to pass how many columns, guys? Here, first employee ID, second one employee name, third one employee salary, fourth one department number, and job. That means designation, means department. Okay, your job is nothing but department. Is working under which department? Right. So let me run this query, guys. So command completed successfully, right? So into this employee table, for now I didn't pass any value, just I have given the structure, table structure. Table structure means column names I have given. To see the data under this table, employee table, what is the query I need to write? Select star from employee table name. Okay, right. So I can see only column names, right? Employee ID, employee name, employee salary, department number, job. Okay, now I want to pass values under those columns. So how can I pass that one, guys? Right. To insert the values into the table, insert the records. into the table, right? So what how we can insert the rows into the table, guys? So insert into okay, table name, then values. Okay, now values will be based upon whatever the columns we have passed. Based upon that columns, I have to pass the values, right? What is first column I have given here? Employee ID. So employee ID, for example, my employee ID is starting from 101. Then after employee name, any employee name, guys. So for example, it will be Dhoni. Let us take it as Dhoni. Okay. Then after, so employee salary. So salary, for example, let us give it as 15,000. Then after, department number, it belongs to department number 1. Okay, or 10th department, it belongs to 10th department. Then after, job. Okay, job is what? Any so can we give the jobs related to this cricket? So captain, like that. So if any text value, I need to pass it in single quote, right? Okay, captain. Spelling in term, captain. Correct kada? Right. So then after, job. Okay, I have given the job here, right? All right. So I have given the 4 column names here. Means 5 column name, 5 values, right? Under 5 columns, I have given the 5 values. Okay, let me run it, guys. So let me execute it. Okay, so if I see the data under the employee table, only one row is affected, right? One row affected means one row is inserted. Let me execute it, guys. Okay, employee ID 101, Dhoni. So salary, I have taken it in money, right? So that is going to become in decimals, 15,000. Okay, rupees, paise. Then after, so department number, job, like that. So in the similar way, let me insert some more 2 rows, guys. Okay, let me insert some more rows quickly. Right. So here, it is 102 employee ID. Here it is Virat. Okay, here it is like 14,000. Here it is like department number is 11. So he is vice captain. Okay, so then after, I'm going to take Rohit. Okay, so his salary is also 15,000 or else 16,000. Okay, department number is 12. Okay, so let us give him as batsman. Okay. So then after, let us take some other ones. Rahul, Rahul. So Rahul, so his salary is 13,000. Okay, he belongs to some other department, and he is what? Wicket keeper. Okay, then after, let us give Bhuvaneshwar or Bumrah, Bhuvi. Okay. His salary is also 15,000, and he belongs to some other department like 14. So he's bowler, right? Right, guys. So like this, I'm going to insert how many rows here now? 4 rows like this. I think under job I have given 10, right? Size, but wicket keeper, vice captain, those are crossing 10. Okay, so instead of that, let me do one thing, guys. Okay, so it is completely going to be disturbed, guys. So for that, if any errors are coming like this, first I have to do what? First I have to drop that table, guys. Drop table. What is the table name here? Employee. Okay, drop table employee. So the complete employee table is going to be dropped. Once again, I need to insert it. I need to create it, right? So create it, execute. It is going to be created. Then after here, array again. Let me do one thing. Again, let me drop it. I need to give the bigger values here, right? So job here, let me give it as 20. So for safe side, let me give bigger values. Okay. Now let me insert one more time. Let me execute this one, right? So this time, let me insert 5 rows, guys, at a time, right? Okay. So here giving the size is important, guys, so that now I can see the complete data under that employee table, right? Just click on execute, so that it is going to be executed like this. Okay, right, guys. So for example, so I want to see the structure of this table, guys. So how can I see the structure of this table? So for that, sp underscore help. Okay, this is for what? To see the structure of employee table. Okay, so sp underscore help table name, guys. Right? Let us pause this. Okay, so under that employee table, okay, these are the column names and what is the data type it has. Okay, so length, under that data type, what is the length I have given. Okay, so if I take integer, what is the length? 4 digits, like this, guys. If it is a big integer, 8 digits. Okay, money 8. Okay, so like this I can see the complete information. Here sp is nothing but stored procedures. Okay, so then after, for example, I want to rename this. What is that? Whatever the first I have created what? Database, right? For example, I want to rename this database. So how can I rename that database? To rename that database, okay, for example, let me create one database name. To rename the created database. Okay, what is the query I need to write? For example, let me create one dummy database. Okay, create employee data, or else create employee. That is my database name. Create database. Database employee. This is my database name, right? Okay. So previously I have given employees, right? Okay. Create database employee. Let me create it quickly. It is a dummy database. Okay, I have created that. Right, guys. I want to rename it. Instead of employee, I want to rename it as employee EE. So how can I do that? So for that, I need to write like this, guys. Okay, sp underscore help database db. Okay, so then after employee comma employee. Let us see this, guys. So I need to one thing. SSS. So here rename. Sorry. Instead of help, let me take it as rename, guys. Here I have taken help, right? Instead of help, let me take it as. Now let us see. Correct. Okay. So this is the syntax, guys. So existed database is employee exec. So I have to use sp underscore rename for dashboard. I have to take db, guys. After rename, I have to take db. Then after, what is the existed database here? Employee. So what is the rename I am going to give? Employee. Okay. So we have to give the values like this. Then after, just click on execute, guys. So it got renamed. Renamed as what? Employee. Double E. So this is the way to rename the database, guys. Okay. For example, I want to rename the table. So what is the table I have given here? EMP, right? Okay. So that EMP, for example, I want to rename it to the some other name, guys. Okay. So for that, what can I do? So I'm on employees database. Perfect. No worries. Then after, so this time already I'm on which database? Employees database, right? So for that, I can directly take sp underscore rename. Okay. Old table name. Okay. Rename table. What is the table name here, guys? Employee, right? Okay. Comma. I have to give new name, guys. So for example, new name is that is employees, right? EMPL. Rename table. That is not required actually. Let us see, guys. Yes. Okay. Changing any part of an update could break scripts. So now let us see the data under EMPL, guys. Let us see the data under EMPL. So for that, how can we see the data under EMPL? Select what is the table name? New table name. EMPL, right? Okay. Let us see the data under this table. Okay, I can see the table. Now this one, guys. If I see the data under this, where I have written, right, employee table. Select a star from employee. Can I see the data under this employee table now? No, I can't see the data because I renamed it. Employee table, I renamed it as EMPL. Okay, so that is why I can see the data under EMPL, not under employee. Is it clear, guys? Okay, so in next class, we are going to discuss about this one, guys. These are the basic concepts, right? Okay, so once creating the database with queries, under that database, okay, under that database, creating the table, under the table, adding the data. Once tables are created, how to rename the database, how to rename the table, that is clear, guys. So then after, we are going to